All right.
All right, yeah. What's up, everybody? What it do? What it do? Everybody, again, it's your boy Kev. My man Chris, and Elijah. And today we'll be talking about how to train your dragon. Do you know how to train a dragon? If not, I don't either. We're gonna find out. But Chris, man, first of all, you're a father. I'm a father. Our producer back there is a father. Shout out to every father that's out there. They try to hold us down, but they can't hold us down. You know what I mean? So every dad out there, shout outs to y'all. But let's get it. Let's get into it. You seen the original How to Train a Dragon?
Yes.
I seen How to Train a Dragon, the original one.
Yep.
I loved it. That movie was amazing, and I couldn't wait till the sequel, and then I couldn't wait for the other sequel. This movie, how did you, in comparison to the animation, how did you like it?
I'll tell you right now, right off the bat, I told myself I'm seeing the 40X.
Okay.
I told myself I'm seeing the 40X.
Yeah.
Friday came. No, Thursday. On Thursday.
Oh, you went Thursday night?
No. I was going to go Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
I was going to go Thursday night. Got off too late.
Oh, yeah.
But as soon as I got off, I said, oh, yeah, no, this ain't. I'm not playing around. 40X. Boom, 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 boom. Bought them tickets ASAP.
Yeah.
Best experience of my life.
I'm pretty sure it was.
All
man.
them fight scenes, man.
Yeah.
The dude 2 seats down from us had a big bucket of popcorn.
Right.
Yeah, big bucket of popcorn was everywhere. It was. he probably ate half of it. You know, because the seats they're throwing you around.
Oh, okay.
So he's trying to eat the bucket of popcorn, and the seats throwing you around on the fight
man.
scenes. He's just tossing popcorn everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. I can honestly say it holds up to the animated. So it filled in a couple of gaps, like certain parts that wasn't there.
Yes.
It did fill in the gaps. I appreciated that. Which I said they were going to do it. Yeah. I said that. I said they want to fill in the gaps.
Right.
They did it. And then the CGI.
Amazing.
Bro.
Amazing.
That was.
I was like, seeing the trailer, I said, this looks good. Doesn't look bad. And then seeing it in person, I saw it like standard. But seeing it in standard was still good.
No,
the CGI didn't look fake at all. It looked real perfect. It looked as if Elijah was, let's say, CGI.
Yep.
It looked real.
It looked real. Yeah. Especially, they went through the name of the dragon so quick. So, I don't know the name.
I don't know the name
but
of the dragon.
the red one that basically, when he's really pissed off,
and fire.
catches on fire. Dog.
Yeah.
They did it so good because it's like his body looked like it was already on fire.
Right.
And then when it catches on fire, it's like, yeah.
It felt real, and that's what I liked about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've seen the previous episodes. You know, go check them out. Get them views up. Please. But when we reference some of the characters and real life actors, we like the person from this movie, from that movie. I took the liberty to write down the name of the characters, the name of the actors. So we're good. So if you might see us pick up the book real quick, don't judge us. We just try to make sure we give everybody their respect when we say names
and keep it professional.
And keep it professional.
Keep it professional.
Yeah, because that's what we are, I guess, folks, professionals. But so here's what I
But I say you didn't like, because I know nothing I didn't like about that movie.
I dislike this thing. Now listen, I'm black. You're black. He's black.
Right.
Our producer is black. Some of the people that might watch this black. But I hate whitewash, right?
Okay.
So certain TV shows, certain movies, where you do an adaptation of a character that's predominantly a different race.
Yeah.
I prefer that to be that. That's what I accept.
Yeah.
I do like how they explained how we had at least 3 black people and a Viking, which Viking I associate with Irish people. Mm-hmm. I like how they explained how they got there, because when I first saw it and before they had their little meeting, I'm like, there's a black person in here. We don't need to be represented in everything, y'all. Like I get it, but we don't need to be represented in everything. So I was like, no. I'm not going to say the N word on here, but I was like, really? You know what I mean?
Before the explanation?
Before the explanation. Before the explanation.
Yeah.
That's my only...
Now, I'll give you that. Yeah.
And then, but when they explained, I was like, okay, that makes sense. You know, I guess some people are dragon hunting because around this time period, England, they deal with dragons and whatever. So maybe there were dragons all over the world, and, tribes go out and explore, and they got caught in this problem, and they found a home on the island with the rest of the people, and we'll accept you as family, protect our land, and we're all good. So I like the explanation, but prior to that, I was like, you had me.
Why would we be on this island?
Exactly.
They show up every night, slaughter millions, and leave with sheep.
You know where we at? Not
off that island.
Off that island, not there. So that's what I was a little taken back on. But when they explained it, I was like, all right, I'll accept that. Mm-hmm. I'll let it slide, because I normally don't allow. In my preference, I don't. If it's not originally there, because when you watch animation, you're not gonna see no other color but Vikings. So why do we have one Asian person that I saw and like 3 black people? Look, some things are cool to diverse, other things let it be. But they explained it, it makes sense. All right, maybe they were shipwrecked and they're the only survivors. That's why they're on this island, and that's why they're being accepted in the group of the island, and they're fighting dragons. Yeah. So I'm cool with that. But that was the only thing I complained about. Not to say it was a great movie, but I'm not gonna say this movie was perfect. There's no flaws. That's what I mean. Okay. But yeah, this movie was. I mean, I loved it. It was beat for beat with everything. And like you said, they had a lot more explanation on some more details and some more background. And I loved how they gestured all of Hiccup. He was like, "Did you just gesture all of me?" It's like, yeah, I was dying.
This.
Like, don't be. From now on, whenever you see somebody, just don't. All of this. Did you just gesture all of me?
All of me.
All of you.
So you just don't like my character? No, it's this.
It's this.
It's this.
It's all of you.
It's all of this.
You're horrible. I'm horrible.
Now.
Yes.
They did a better job in this movie compared to the animated on showing how angry Hiccup's dad was.
Yes.
Bro, they really showed you no matter what explanation you give, he's not hearing it. You killed my wife. You killed my son's mom. Mm-hmm. It's over. I need a slaughter.
And I love because it's the same voice actor that did the animation. I got his name.
What's his name?
His name is, hold on, let me find it. His name is Jared Butler.
Okay.
He's live action. Jared Butler is the one that did the voice acting, and he's the one that's in live action. And I think he is the only one that did live action. So all the other voice actors
or somebody different.
Okay. Which Hiccup obviously was a different character.
Oh yeah.
I've seen him in different movies and stuff like that. And at this point, he's like at least 40-something years old. So it makes sense that he's not trying to be a teenager in the movie. But I love that because watching Jared talk and just remembering what I saw in the animation, I was like, like I feel it more.
Yeah.
Than I would have if it was anybody else that. Yeah, but I think all the casting was amazing. Um, Actually, let me just read out the Hiccup live action was by Mason Thomas, and this was his. He did a movie back in 23, so literally he's a fresh actor.
Oh, damn. Okay.
The voice actor was Jay. I'm not gonna butcher your name, Jay, but Jay Brooker. Look, listen. Baby steps. I got the names this time. We're not gonna be able to pronounce them all that. I was raised in elementary school, so reading is it's right. So he's in the movie. He's the voice actor, Jay's voice actor, but Mason, he did how'd you like Hiccup? I thought Hiccup the actor was good. I liked him.
Hiccup was good.
Mm.
I want to find something to complain about because he was kind of pissing me off with the whole. Do we have to kill them? Yes, you do. Yes, you have to kill them. Mm-hmm. What is your problem? Because at the very beginning you were like, "Oh, I want to be out there. I want to be in the action. I want to hop off the porch. I want to get involved."
Right.
Okay, hop off the porch. Do we gotta kill them? Like, what is this?
Now the difference from what I remember, Hiccup from the animation, he was somewhat wanting to fight, but I want to do it to prove something to my dad. The live action, I felt as though he definitely, obviously, still wants to prove something to his dad, but the way it was portrayed from live action to animation, I think to me was different because animation Hiccup wasn't trying to really be
out there and hunt.
Yeah. But in live action, he really wants to be out there until he finds Toothless and is like, do we really have to kill him? So it's a little different, which is good.
There was no hesitation with him using that weapon.
Which one, the knife?
No, the slingshot.
Oh yeah.
He was so quick. Yep. He was like, "No, I can see him. I'm gonna get this one."
Right.
He pulled the trigger. He caught him. He's like, "Did anybody see that?"
Nope.
No.
This dragon, the dragon did this song. Yeah, like I loved it. And I loved how everybody they didn't do all this to him, but that's how they treated him.
Yes.
He's like, "You're in the way. Go home, Roger.
Why are you here?"
Yeah. What are we doing? Go get out of the way. You're in the way.
And you can tell it wasn't the first time because they kept saying him again.
That's him.
Again. Mm. Yeah. So it's happened a few times. Mm-hmm. And then the people that are your age that are out there learning, they suck.
Yeah.
So when you get into the training, you're doing good, but they're still acting like they're so great. Didn't they say the two twins were held back 3 times?
Yeah.
Like,
how you better than me? You held back 3 times. That's hilarious. That's like, I don't even know what to compare it to, but it's funny. I think I can compare it to something, but I'm not going to. But our next person, the love interest, Astrid, live action by Nico Parker and voiced by America Ferrera. Now listen, America Ferrera, right? She's mainly known from Ugly Betty, and she did a lot of movies. But the recent movie she was in was Barbie's. Okay. The Barbie movie.
Yeah.
And then she played in the Traveling Pants of, was it like Womanhood or something like that? I don't know. The Traveling Pants.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. America, she's always been, when they say she was ugly better, like, this girl is nowhere near ugly. So, I'm shooting my shot, America. Not the country. I'm talking about for real. You know what I mean? But I didn't even know that was her. But Nico, she did a good role. They did a good role of a love interest, and I like how she treated Hiccup with like, "You're in my way. I'm going to be number one in this. I'm going to be the next chief." So they from live to animation, they still kept that her drive.
She made it clear she wants that house. That big old house you living in, that big old room you got. Yeah, all that's gonna be mine. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need all that.
I'm gonna need all that. I'm gonna need you to pack up your stuff and go. Cause I mean, if it wasn't for Hiccup learning how to do all that stuff by just being around Toothless, he definitely wouldn't have gotten to where he was.
No.
So I mean, literally, that was her crib. She was just waiting for the chief to hand her the key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
No, that movie was definitely solid, especially when they got to the fight scenes. The fight scenes were, well, for me in 40X, because I know it's still the same. It's the same movie,
right?
So we all say the same thing. But if no one has experienced 40X, please do it, because you are missing out. And I'm not saying every movie needs 40X. That is a lie. Not every movie needs 40X. Aliens that came out recently needed 40X.
Okay.
Deadpool, Wolverine needed 40X. Godzilla versus Kong, every single one of them needed 40X. Twister, 40X. This movie, 40X. I'm telling you, there are certain movies that are, if they're action packed, you need to see them in 40X. That's hands down. That's just what it is. It's what it is.
I never experienced 40X. I don't, because it's a motion thing, right?
It's a motion thing. So like when you go in there, the seats, they're like on they're on like this platform. So you already know off the gate when you see that something's up.
Right.
Then they give it
That's weird. Like I have that song, but I don't know where that came. Why they do that?
That just threw me off. Right when I said 3D glasses, it came on. Well, that's kind of how I felt. If that came through the audio, that's how I felt with the movie.
So like just like surprised when that.
That's just.
Okay. Like I do like this. I have it, but I don't know like where that come from.
This is the producer. I apologize if you heard PM Dawn in the background. Is that what you heard? Okay, let me turn this volume down. I'll be good. I was all
But yeah, that's the accuracy of that.
Right.
Like that's kind of how I felt.
Okay.
Oh, that was accurate. That was real accurate.
Where's PM Dawn?
Hey yo.
Hello, family. How we doing today?
Yeah, how we doing
But
man.
3D glasses, motion seats, beautiful CGI. You cannot go wrong. Now, does 40X cost more? Yes, but it's worth it, and that's why I say it's even more worth it depending on the movie that you see it in. Deadpool versus Wolverine. Okay, yeah, you can see that regular. You can see it in 3D. Oh, why would you just see it in 3D? You can have your seats moving and feel Wolverine stabbing in the seat, because all the seat has instead of massage seats, all those things in the seat, they hit your back.
Oh, okay.
They hit your back, and then if there's a water scene, which was multiple water scenes in How to Train Your Dragon,
right?
That water, they have a water thing in front, and it shoots in you.
Yeah,
it shoots at you. All that.
Okay.
And then like okay, perfect example. When Hiccup at the beginning of the movie, when he first pulls out the double slingshot, right? Remember when he pulled it the first time when he was still at the booth with the saws? Right. I mean, the swords.
Right.
Remember when it whistled past everybody's face? The air whistles behind the seat, like right past your ear.
Oh, okay.
So it gets you in tuned with the movie, and all of them do that. They get you so in tuned that you feel like you're actually in the scene. Okay. And like Alien Romulus. That was the
one that recently came out.
Yes. So when they show the space scene, they always say in space there's no gravity.
Right.
Every time they show space, the seat slowly goes from sitting like this to doing this to doing this, because there's no gravity. So it literally lets you know, yo,
You're in space.
This is what's really
So
happening.
you saying the upcoming movies that we got coming out?
Superman, 40X, Jurassic Park, 40X,
Fantastic Four,
40X, definitely Avengers, 40X.
Yeah. That's
those
coming out
movies.
this year?
Yeah, probably towards. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Okay.
Probably towards like the middle or the end.
Okay.
It should, but that one's coming out this year.
Okay.
They did say that, unless they push it back. You know, that anything can happen.
Yeah. So okay, I gotta check this out because I never experienced it. I've always heard about the 40X and how it gets involved with everything that's in the in the movie, but if it gets to that certain extent, then I definitely gotta check that out.
Yeah, and then another good thing about it was so I saw well, the other movies I also saw on 40X, but this one I will say when it gets to the dragon scenes and it's the action packed of them flying in the air against the if you haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon by now, it's not a spoiler. It's been out since 2015.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. But at the end, you find out the queen is really controlling all the rest of the dragons. When the queen breaks through and is chasing Toothless and Hiccup, all the curving, the swerving, all that stuff, that's where I was talking about earlier. The guy's popcorn was just going everywhere because the seat is really just throwing you around, especially when the love interest and Hiccup, when Toothless got mad, when he thought she was going to snitch, and he purposely, he's like, oh yeah, he's going to take you for a gentle ride. And he went crazy. That part, when it's slinging all around, the seats were going crazy. I had to keep pulling myself back up constantly because I'm getting thrown around. Yeah, that was worth it.
That's amazing. Did you go by yourself or you had the kids with you?
No. I couldn't take it with me.
Okay.
40X? No.
You can see Elijah
just going everywhere. He getting tossed around. He's trying to eat his little pretzel bites. That ain't working out. No, it's not. It ain't happening.
Yeah,
no,
that's crazy.
I didn't take them with me. I went with one of my friends.
Okay.
And we sat there. That was actually their first time too seeing it at 40X.
Okay.
And they were like, I haven't really done 40X. They seen How to Train Your Dragon before. At 40X, person trying to keep a blanket on.
Right.
It's not happening, man. You get thrown around. It's over. That's the other thing. They do set the scene. If it's supposed to be cold in there, it is cold. They blast that AC. Wow. Like, so if it's like in the one part where where Hiccup and the love interest are on that cliff and Toothless drops her on the side right there, and you know it's windy. And AC blowing.
Wow.
AC was blowing, and they make it cold. So the parts where it was like foggy or smoky, they shoot steam and smoke from the front, and you see it come over the screen. So it like really sets it. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, 40X is worth it.
I gotta check this out.
What's it called? The 40X was terrifying. I'm not gonna hold you. Twister.
Oh.
So when the remaking.
Right.
That was terrifying because like when they had the 40X on and the twisters are happening, you really felt that shit. Like I'm talking about like the pulling, you know, because when it pulls you in, the seats are just jerking, then it's tossing, your seats just going, man. Like I was like, oh, this is just a movie, and I noticed it like the real thing, but this is too much already. Like it really gets you thinking. When the smoke's coming up, the smoke in the front, lightning, they make the lights flash. They went crazy, man. Yeah. So definitely, I would definitely say it's worth it. It's not for every movie. It's definitely not for every movie. Yeah. The F1 movie that's coming out,
that might be good for it.
That might be good for it though, because the G-forces, you know, when they do the G-force, stuff like that. But like other movies like Elio that's coming out, the kids movie,
probably
it's not worth it. It's not. But like certain movies, it's definitely worth it. And then when you experience it, it's one thing to say it. But when you experience it, it's like, oh, I know what this is for now. This is for, so it won't even be a second thought. It's automatically going to be like the next Iron Man movie. They drop that trailer, right? And not realistic, Spider-Man. Okay, they say Spider-Man coming out. Soon as you see, they said, oh, it's coming out next month. Oh man, I gotta get my 40X ticket. You're not even thinking about seeing it in 3D. You're not thinking about seeing the standard because you know. He's webbing,
and the swinging.
I'm 40X. I'm 40X all day. Okay. Like that's you're gonna know.
Right.
But back to the movie, the way that they really captured the true essence of Hiccup and his dad in this movie.
Yeah.
Like when Hiccup says, you know, hey, listen, we don't really have to kill the dragons. And his dad, I feel like the live action kind of hit it more with the way his dad was just like,
Yeah, because
you're not my son.
You're able to see the actual
the full emotion.
Yeah.
And when he said, you're not my son.
Right.
Like you're not part of this family. You're not part of anything. You're like, I don't know you.
Right.
Like when he said it and you saw the facial expression, I was like, dude, this is what was needed.
Right.
Like certain movies are needed in live action, and this was one of them.
Well, I'm happy that because CGI then ain't CGI now. So I'm actually happy we got it in the way we did then. But I love that we have it live action now. Like we were talking the last episode, Lilo and Stitch.
Yes.
The animation or the CGI of these guys or the animators are stepping up their game, and it's only because I believe they actually have the technology to do that. Because if we had tried this back when it first came out, I mean, yeah, we would have liked it, but we definitely gonna hear a whole lot of complaining of this didn't look right, this didn't look real. I mean, it's not real because obviously these things don't exist, but to have them look and feel like that they're real now versus then is great. Because I mean, I told my daughter about Star Wars, the original 3 back in the 70s, 80s. I was like, back then, and Superman back then, the us now, even me when I was rewatching it, obviously as a kid growing up, I'm like, oh man, this look kind of like outdated because at this point I had Power Rangers and all that stuff, but so when she saw it, she's like, oh, I was like, well, back then, as my mom would tell me, that was at the time was high, top tier. To fast forward to where we are now, I feel like we're spoiled because if we see something like that back in the before we have this now, and then even 20, 30 years from now, say the same thing, whatever the CGI will be then.
You know what's crazy? We're saying this, but you know what we keep agreeing upon? Steven Spielberg had no problem with that with Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Well, they kind of used animatronics as well.
No. But I'm talking about the scene when they arrived to Jurassic Park and they're in the Jeep and they pull up and Alan gets that freaked out look and he's taking off the glasses and they see the Brachiosaurus.
Right.
Sitting on
that was CGI.
That was CGI. And when
good.
you see that, it's like, dude, that looks so good.
Right.
Then the chase scene when they're in the Jeep and they pick up Jeff Goldblum. I forgot who he played as. Wow, look, see, there you go. Jeff Goldblum, when they picked him up and they put him in the back of the Jeep because his leg was busted.
Right.
And the chase scene, that was CGI.
That was
dude, the T-Rex is just screaming.
You're right. It looked good. It looked good.
And I know we're supposed to be talking about
I know
How to Train Your Dragon.
We get sidetracked.
But hey, look, everybody keeps denying it. I just watched the movie again last night. Don't judge me.
No.
When their chase scene is happening, the Alan's apprentice or whoever she's supposed to be, she is yelling SHIT when they are getting chased. Everybody as a kid kept telling me that's what she was yelling. It took me until yesterday to really, I don't know if there's different versions or what, but the version that I watched last night, she is yelling. Shh. And when it's coming, I never noticed that. And I was like, oh, that just changed everything.
They think they must have edited that because I don't remember her saying that at all. I mean, it's well deserved because I'm being chased. But like that's me, I didn't hear that. So I
she's repetitive yelling it like the whole thing was like. She's not saying she's
yelling.
Yes,
what we would all say if a dinosaur chasing us.
A T-Rex. That
T-Rex.
quick.
Yeah. My fault. I wanted to
back. Let's we gotta stay on topic.
We gotta stay on topic. So Snotlot, that homie, voice actor was Jonah Hill. Jonah, what's up to you, man? You lost some weight And if you see this, I'm proud of you. I'm on the right track. I used to be bigger than this. Nobody believe me, but I used to be bigger than this. But the actor that played them live action is Gabriel Howell.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did good.
He did real good.
He did.
And matter of fact, I want to apologize because I got his acting career confused with Mason, the actor that played Hiccup. It's actually Gabriel who started his career at 23. Yeah. So I mean, it's not a lot of him out there.
Bro, he did good at this.
He did real good. He reminded me of the animated one. I was like, this dude is shooting his shot. That's the true definition of shooting your shot and don't know when to quit.
He did not give up. He did not give up. But I knew it was him from the second I saw the face on the screen.
The face looked like the animation.
You just knew.
The face looked like the animation.
You didn't have to know the name. You knew.
Yeah.
Man, okay. I know exactly what this is supposed to be.
Ain't never gonna get
matter of fact, all the characters were like that.
Yeah.
As soon as you seen them on screen,
right,
you knew who they were. This is how it's supposed to be done. Like this movie is so good. I want to see it a second time. I'm hype because you know this one's going to do good. They're going to make the second one, and they're probably going to make the third one.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be so freaking good. And plus, I wish he was a little older so I could have took him to see it, because the way those dragons looked, he's obsessed with monster trucks.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have seen those dragons,
he would have loved.
He was just a little bit older, so wouldn't like give him nightmares.
Right.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
Obsessed because they did such a good job, man.
Yeah.
Toothless. Bro, the way he blended in with the night,
yeah,
and then the way they made him. Okay, he got caught. Boom, he lands, and when they first got the shot of him when he was going to cut the rope to let him out, and the eyes, bro, everything was on point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The CGI was amazing. Like it felt like it was a real, actual thing. Like if a dragon really existed. And so shout out to the people that actually do the animation and the CGI work. I wish I, wrote down your names or whatever, give y'all some shout out, but shout outs to them because they did an extremely good job. Like it was amazing. Toothless looked like Toothless.
Yeah.
And if you accusing me saying that, I mean, watch the animation and then go check out this movie and you'll be like, oh yeah, he was right. Toothless did look like Toothless. And matter of fact, all the dragons look like the dragons that were in the movie.
Especially now in my mind, they did a better job in the live action one than in the animated one. The animated one did good because I was like, oh no, this is the coolest dragon. The two-headed one. Right. One is gas, one is fire. Right. I don't care about the rest of them. That is a problem because you got to know which one is spitting gas and which one is spitting fire. Yeah. And I'm happy he said that in the movie because I was like, and as soon as I'm about to say, he's like, you got to know which one's spitting gas and which one's spitting fire. And I was like, yeah, because
tossing it.
One needs the other. Yeah. So, and the way they did it in the movie, when they came to the village, shoot the gas through the chimney, open the door, shoot the fire. Yeah. Boom. Whole house went up. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Like the way they did the dragon in that one, and then like when they came through the smoke,
like
when they were doing the test, it was like he grabbed it from behind. It's like, they run for themselves. He ran away, but then you see one come up, the other one came up. I was like, yo, this is good. Like
that's what makes me, again, on another tangent, why I'm so excited for Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Or Jurassic World. I can't wait because I don't believe it's the same animators or CGI people that do that, but it's the same technology. You know it's gonna be good, especially all the time and effort they put into it. Let's talk about the twins. It's not let me get the names.
We can't be told apart.
Rough Nut and Tough Nut. No, you can't be told apart.
They said that in the movie. Yeah. We can't be told apart.
I was dying because he was like, "Oh yeah." I'm saying like, "Oh yeah, no, you definitely." I wouldn't know that you're her and he's him. And look, that's not body shaming because I can't. We're not gonna sit here and lie. But
then also one's head it looks like a horse's head, and
right, and the other one looks like a So I mean, great actors. I love both of them, especially Tough Nut was Rough Nut was the girl.
Nut, yes.
I want to say Browning is Brownwyn.
Yeah.
Browning James. Holla at me, girl. I don't mind.
She killed that role.
Yeah, she did. She did her thing. Original voice actress was Kristen Wiig. She's hilarious. She played Cheetah from Wonder Woman, the second movie.
Okay.
Her.
Yeah.
And then live action Tough Nut was Harry. These names, man.
Just say the first letter.
Like Trevelyan.
Harry T.
Yeah.
Harry T.
Harry T.
Yo.
That guy was hilarious. He did his thing.
You did your thing.
He did his thing.
Hey.
Originally,
I can't even knock it. It was good.
Original voice actor T.J. Miller.
Who was the
big guy?
Yes.
Now, so we see him.
Fitting.
Yeah.
Fit the
dude. He originally from Deadpool 2.
Yes. I knew because when I saw him, I was like, dude, you were in something.
Yeah,
like
Deadpool 2. That's but what was the character's name? I want to say Fish Legs. If it's Fish Legs, then it's Julian Dennison. Yeah, it is Fish Legs. Julian Dennison, but the voice actor was Christopher Mitz. Please, I don't know, but I loved it.
Yeah.
This is where the CGI for the dragons was great, but I don't know. I feel like maybe they added. I don't know if he lost weight or anything, or because
the head didn't match.
The head didn't match the body. That's the first thing I said. Me off.
But a lot of people were saying that in the theater. They're like, something's off.
Yeah,
head doesn't match the body.
Right.
Either he lost weight, or if he did, congratulations.
Congratulations.
If he didn't, that's kind of wonky on CGI. But the dude played that role so good.
Amazing.
When they're flying for the test, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this dragon. Watch out for this. Oh wait, okay, this one. This. He knew it. You take the animation, copy and paste,
right there in live action.
Just fix CGI. Mm-hmm. That's it.
That was amazing. And then when they got to the this is why I say so much more detail is when we get to see them actually bond with each other.
Yes.
And they're in the cafeteria for the first night. And the book is brought out, and he's like, "Oh, did you guys want me to?" He had the cards. And they fluttered out. I'm like, "You're such a nerd." Why would you know that? Nerds are awesome. Don't get that confused. We're nerds, obviously, but that was such a nerdy thing. I was like, "Yeah, like he got cards."
Walking behind him, guys, look,
guys, I got. Hey, did you want me to tell you about this and the third? But
then his information was needed later on.
Right.
They literally said, "Tell us about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about this one."
Yep.
And he was on point.
Yes.
Oh man. Now I'll tell you this though, they did a good job. Like you were just saying about the first night with the book.
Mm-hmm.
They did a good job of showing you I can't remember if this part was in the animated or not. This part when I saw it there, I was like, "Ooh, I gotta mention this part." I couldn't remember if it was anime or not. The night by night, you see them turn. Hey, Hiccup. Okay. All right, damn. You got this. And they started sitting with him. They wanted to be around him. I don't remember that was in. I don't remember
it being in there. I maybe, yeah. But like maybe it was like after a couple after like the third thing he realized he could do with the dragons.
Yeah.
I don't remember if anything. It probably wasn't a sit in the cafeteria and want to sit with him.
It was just a training.
But
the night thing, it showed you, hey, look, this guy, he knows his stuff because you saw, if you listen during that part, they're asking him, well, wait, no, don't leave. We got a question about this.
Right.
We got a question about this. They wanted to know everything. Like, dude, how did you know all this information?
Right.
Little did they know, he had Toothless in his corner.
He has a dragon. He's actually learned these things.
But the way that they broke it down, and then Toothless, the Toothless and Hiccup situation, when he gave Toothless that first fish.
And he spit it out and gave. I didn't see that in the animation, But in the movie, so listen, this is what I'm saying that it felt so real. Because when Toothless spit it out, he said, "Here, eat it." I was like, no, don't do that. I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, and then I was like, that's like Elijah giving you something out of his mouth. Like, baby, I love you, but I'm not doing that. I can't do that. I can't. Oh,
He said they just like, eat it.
yeah.
Go on, eat it. Like,
And then the way Toothless was looking at him was like,
yeah, it was good, right?
yeah, it was good, yeah.
Look at his lips.
Yeah. I was like, okay. It's like, and then the leftover on his lips. I was like, okay, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
that's too
we
much,
need
yo.
to get that off. We need to. That was. I love my kids, but no, I'm like, no.
That was good.
I'm not eating after you.
That joint was good.
Oh man.
And then the other thing that they did well on, and I was trying my hardest not to laugh, but then I realized it doesn't even matter. This is a comedy.
Yeah.
When right after they beat the queen, what is the guy's name that was Hiccup's kind of boss, sort of?
Oh! I wrote that down. Yeah. I wrote it down, y'all. Goober, played by Nick Frost.
So
Goober, dude.
when he was like, Hiccup, he survived. He's alive. Oh my God, he did it. Well, most of them.
It's like, no, that's not the moment. That's not right there.
Later on, when he wakes up, he's back. Well, most of them. I was like, yo, this guy got no chill.
Yeah.
But the way that they showed his leg,
Accurate. Good job, y'all.
yes,
Good job.
the way that they did that, and then you saw him. Oh, he can't get his balance right away. They didn't even try to sugarcoat it like, it's going to take him maybe about 15, 20 minutes. No. The whole time for that scene, which is only that day,
Right.
he's trying to walk. He can't walk. They just chopped off his lower limb. Like, I guess right where his shin is,
Right.
basically. They cut like through the shin. And he doesn't have a leg now, so he's walking on this piece of metal that's folded for him to be able to use the trigger situation
Right.
for Toothless.
Right.
But that whole day, he can't walk. Like he can walk, but he's not walking
like it's normal.
Yeah, like he has to use Toothless at first to even get his balance right, which is that makes sense. I mean,
he just
lost
woke
a whole
up.
foot.
Yeah, he just woke up from the coma.
Yeah, which is wild. They even touched on that. They said, yeah, he was in a coma.
Right.
Like they basically, oh yeah, you knocked yourself out. No, he was in a coma.
He was going.
Yeah.
He what's the name? The prosthetic. It looked real. So I don't know if it was an actual real thing or if it was CGI, but it actually looked real.
He did a good job.
So I mean, just the CGI work in this whole movie, A+. I'm giving it A+.
The other part where it really stood out for me was the going through the fog. Going through the fog. And then the part where
The first
queen
time?
breaks through.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So no, the fog part, the first time when they try to find the nest,
Right.
that part,
Yeah.
fog was on point.
Right.
And 40X, they added to it. Remember I told you the smoke?
Yeah.
Dog, it just added to it. It made it even better. But between the part where the queen breaks through, like she's coming after Toothless and everybody,
Right.
that part looked amazing.
Yeah.
But then when they went in, when Toothless took Hiccup and Astrid into the cave. No, we were trying to get away, but they couldn't.
Oh, you're right.
You're right. When you saw the lava and all that, and the way that the baby dragons looked, and they were going back down, and then they showed like the queen coming out and snatching one.
Right.
That whole CGI was like, all right,
Amazing.
this is where you put the money at. You put the money here. You put the money every time Toothless shoots fire, which he barely does the whole movie. Accurate.
Right.
He barely used it. But the one thing that I did like, they showed him shooting the fire to make the bed when he couldn't fly.
Yo, yes.
When they showed that part,
That was amazing.
I was like, all right, y'all are touching on all the side stuff that was in the animated, but a lot of hey, he kept coming back with more fish. Hey, he kept doing this. It wasn't in there.
Right.
So certain things weren't in there. So it showed you the true bond. Then it really went harder with the whole Toothless playing. Man, you ain't touching me.
Right.
Like
what are you doing?
What you think this is?
Exactly.
Like they really showed you the whole Bond, which is why I said this is needed. In live action, this was needed. It filled in so many holes. It's like, because when you watch animated, if you guys haven't watched it yet, when you go to watch it, you'll see like, damn, so they just bonded over this little bit of stuff.
Right.
Like it kind of went over a lot of the important details because it's animated movies for kids. It makes sense. But it does show in the runtime. I was like, oh, this movie's going to be an hour and a half. No, it's 2 hours. It's like a whole bunch of more stuff that they added. Yeah. And once I saw the runtime, I was like, oh, yeah. They added a whole bunch more stuff. Okay. They added a whole bunch more because the anime is an hour and a half.
Right.
So this was 2 hours.
So they did more.
They did more. Yeah. Like a lot of the stuff took up more time, which was
amazing because everything, like the way that he talked about his mom, the dad, with the breastplate, it was funny in the animation, but real live action, I'm like, her boob is big to fit around his head. Like, that's crazy.
The son. Yeah, thanks, Dad. All right, I'm going to bed. Yeah, thanks for the boob. I mean, he said, thanks for the boob. He's like, yeah. Helmet.
Yep. That's crazy. I'm sitting here like, because after that, he wears the next time. I said, that thing is actually big enough to fit around his head.
Yep.
That's a woman.
But then it showed family.
Oh yeah, family.
But it showed you that the female Vikings were putting in work.
Yeah,
because
you saw the one that lost her leg.
Yeah.
I didn't write down her name.
Well, there was two of them. There was one they showed earlier. She was sitting at the table and he was getting everybody hyped up.
Yeah.
But then on the boat,
that was the same one.
That was the same one?
Yeah, there was. Now the black woman was there.
Yeah.
I don't think she actually like had more lines than the woman that lost her leg. But yeah, they were there.
Okay.
But yeah, the woman that lost her leg, that Viking, which she solely exists in the live action, she doesn't exist in the animation at all.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was like, I don't know
touches
who
that were
this.
needed.
Yeah,
they were needed though.
Yeah, they were needed
because also the other one that got me was Hiccup's trainer. This leg is gone. This arm is gone. Opposite sides.
Yeah, and it didn't look fake CGI.
No,
to
it
me,
looked good. It looked
didn't
good.
Look fake
Dude,
CGI.
there was no parts of this movie that had bad CGI.
Right.
There was no Wonder Woman 2. But there was no parts that had bad CGI. Wonder Woman 2.
I mean, we can name all movies all day, but
dog, when are you going to see rolling puppets instead of kids? I'm sorry, man. You guys shouldn't have released that movie, man. You really shouldn't have.
Flash.
Oh, man, Flash.
Listen, but this movie was extremely good. CGI was amazing.
Let me ask you. Comedy, story, plot. Each gets a rating out of 5 stars. And then overall, what would you give it?
Story, I give it only up to 5.
Only up to 5.
I give it a 5. It matched. That's right. Elijah.
Yes,
exactly.
that's right.
Exactly. It matched the story from the animation. It never left. Like there was no twist, and then we tried to like. What movie did we saw that we was like? It felt rushed, and then we was going. What was the last movie?
Movie we just talked about?
Yeah, the last movie we just talked about. I can't remember that movie.
Last week's movie.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. That was 2. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. What movie was that? That came.
Karate Kid.
Yes.
Karate Kid.
Yes. How forget that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
Yes. Story wise, this one stayed beat for beat. Like we know, there's dragons. They're killing us. They're taking our livestock. We gotta get rid of them. Never left it.
No.
What was the other thing? Comedy. I give it a 5. If we could go up, I'll give it more because the comedy, we added more stuff into the movie, the runtime.
Yes.
So we had to add more funny stuff into it to it was hilarious. It did because they didn't emphasize the breastplate as much as they did in live action. They didn't emphasize the gesture. There was those are only two things I can remember, but it was funny beat for beat. And what was the other
plot?
The plot. Well, I put that at I give it about a 4.5. Yep. I don't think it left like it was the same plot as it was in the animation, in the story as an animation, and the comedy was just a little bit more funnier because we had more time. They had to add more time to make it more funnier.
And overall,
the movie,
yep.
You know how I am. I'm going to see it twice. My daughter Annabelle was upset. She's like, "Dad, you gonna go watch it without me?" So, all right, a little backstory, right? Her mom, because this is her mom's weekend. When I told her that her mom wouldn't be able to watch them, she was like, "Oh, we're going to the movies." I said, "Yeah, we're going to movies." And I said, "Oh, your mom can't watch you." She's like, "You let me down." I said, "Oh shit, it's court order. I can't."
But she was locked in. She was locked in for the movie. Yeah. She was locked in.
So I know they want to go see that. So definitely, I'm gonna go see it twice. I don't mind paying for the popcorn, soda, and then mind you, I'm paying extra because I'm getting more stuff for the kids. Mm-hmm. This is a definitely see twice in theater movie.
Yes. Me.
Yeah.
5 across the board. 5 across the board because you gave me 30. I told you about this. Mm-hmm. That I told you if you give me more time and a better explanation when it comes to a live action compared to animated, it's 5 across the board. Especially if you stay on point. This whole entire time I'm telling you they were staying on point, man. They gave me everything I needed. They filled in the gaps. They filled in all the questions I had, always from the first How to Train Your Dragon.
Right.
So for me, it's a 5 across the board.
And it wasn't rushed.
No, that's what I'm saying.
None of it ever felt rushed.
And plus, you gave it extra 30. Yeah. So it felt like, all right, it's even more.
Yeah.
Because when you watch the animated, and it's an hour and a half long, I've watched the animated so many times. Mm. For me, the hour and a half feels like it's even more. Because when you watch the movie the first time, you notice some things. Right. Okay, it's great. When you watch it the second time, you're like, oh, okay.
Right.
This, all right,
makes more
that
sense.
goes with this. When you watch it the third time, you're picking up on the small things now. Mm-hmm. I watched animated so many times. I already picked up on the small things. I picked up on everything. Right. When I watched this one, now I see everything that they added, how it made sense, what was needed, and it was just like, yes, this is what I need, and I need to see it again still,
right?
Because I know there's still more side things that were mentioned that I missed.
Yeah,
I already know because I was so caught up in, oh, that makes sense, and the movie's still going on. You're missing stuff, like if you're laughing during a scene. You're missing stuff. Yeah. There's things you're missing. Mm-hmm. So certain things play a role. So I need to see it the second time. Right. Overall rating, if I'm seeing it the second time, I'm giving it A. A out the door. It's an A.
I give it A too.
Yeah.
See now people that do films, now you can bring us both and we can interview your actors because we both gave it a positive review.
There you go.
Yeah. It all depends. This movie was amazing. Can't give it any more praise than it already did. And we left out a couple of other characters that we didn't really talk about, like Spitlot, the father of Snotlot. Played by Peter. I can't pronounce the last name, but Peter S.
Yes.
The way that Snotlot was trying to get his father's approval, and he walked off like Batman would walk off.
Don't speak to me in public.
Yeah, don't speak to me in public. He gets off the boat. Dad, so we did this, that, and third. Blah, blah, blah. He turns around, turns back around. Dad. All right, I'll see you at home. See you at home. It was hilarious. And then for him to finally fly on the dragon, do what he did.
When he was flying. He was flying on the dragon. Yeah. And then he landed on top of the queen. He was like, that's my son?
Yeah.
Like, it dawned on him. It's like, hey. That's my son.
He's not just a little snot.
Yep.
He's not just a little snot booger. He's an actual. That's a man right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man. This movie was hilariously great, And I'm actually because when you talked about Lilo and Stitch wanting a second movie, I was kind of on the fence. Like if they do, obviously they are because of the success it had. But if they don't, I'm not upset. No, I want the second movie of How to Train Your Dragon because the second one was when we were introduced to his mom and we got that villain.
And you think Toothless died.
Right. I want that.
Yes.
I want that live action.
That's not a spoiler for you too. I mean How to Train Your Dragon 2 been out for years.
Yeah.
So
and the third one's been out longer.
There you go.
Yeah, so
as long as they don't give us that that horrible series. Please don't do that.
Stick to the movies. Don't give us a show.
If you want to make one after the third one, make it make sense. Maybe make it a spinoff or something that deals with somebody else or whatever.
I think what they need to do is just stick to the 3 movies that they originally
and that's
had.
it. And make it a box set. Yeah. Boom, you got me. I'm buying it.
Now here's my thing. When because I went through the app you told me about to get the tickets, and then I went to Fandango to see what seats were available. The theaters that I went to the one on Main Street out in Manioc.
Yeah.
But even that, which is for the time I went, was 10:30. I went to the 10:10 movie. I was fortunate to get there because it's like a 20-minute commercial thing they got going on.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah, so I got there enough time to sit down before the movie even started. But there were a lot of empty seats for the one out here in Grant. Yeah. And then the one out in Manioc. Those are the only 2 that I really go to. Those are the main proper. Because I'm either near my home or I'm up here dropping the kids off.
Right.
So those are the main 2 movie theaters I go to. But the seats, even for before that time, like the 6, the 7 o'clock hour, the 8 o'clock, there was a lot of seats. So I hope that they get the revenue. Yeah. I hope that they made the revenue.
They're going to hit it though because you got to remember this movie. Yes, is for kids because we were just in Walmart today, and I was walking past the kids section.
Right,
bro, they're advertising like crazy. He hasn't even seen it yet, but I probably want to take him to see it the second time.
Right,
but they got the dragons, each and every one of them, like laid out.
Really,
like on Walmart, it was on the end cap. So the whole first row was the one that looks like he catches himself on fire. Whole first row is him. Whole second row, 2-headed. Whole third row, the big one, the big fat one.
Right.
Fourth row was the the bird one.
Yeah,
was that one? Yep. Yeah. And then the fourth row was the small one, and the small one was damn near gone. Of course.
Yeah, because it's adorable. It's a cute.
So one. That one was damn near gone, and then the bottom row was the characters with the dragon.
Nice.
Dog, they're milking that. They're milking it, which makes sense. It's going to sell. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, it's going to sell. I wanted it because I was just like, dude, it's a dragon. Like I can like just line them up. They have any Toothless? Dude, he was on the end cap. Oh. So they probably have him in the aisle because there's probably so many of them. Yeah. That they're probably just feel like, oh, they got him here. Let's look in the aisle, and boom, there they are. You know they got him. Yeah. They got him
because he's the
main one.
Yeah, he's the runner.
Like they got him, but like. Just to see that movie just came out and it's already on the end cap. That's not the aisle. The aisle's gonna be flooded. Yeah. So, but the clothes, they ever have the clothes out for the kids and everything. Like, my daughter already asked me. She's like, "What's this?" I said, "Oh, it's How to Train Your Dragon." What's that? I said, "I'll show you the animated later," because it's on Peacock. So no one can say you can't watch the animated. Yeah. It's right on Peacock. Yeah. You can just go on there and watch it. Yeah. Other thing that really caught my attention about this movie was the way that they handled the whole situation with the dad saying, yeah, we had to get back somehow. And, they blew up all the boats. Right. I had to ride a dragon back. Oh, you just want to say that all calmly now.
You came back on the dragon. Were you not trying to kill these dragons? And now you're on the dragon?
You heard his son, right?
Whose man's is this?
His son was like, you rode a dragon? And he, no smile, no nothing. He was like, you rode a dragon? He said, yeah, how else am I supposed to get back? But you rode a dragon, and then they changed it. I was like,
change the subject. Yeah. Change the subject. Like we're not going to let we're not going
to let that slide. Now you just said you rode a dragon. You said you killed thousands of these things. Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
Right.
Like, but then to see the fact that they touched on it in the animated, but not as much as the live action. Mm-hmm. Once the queen died, how the dragons were like, oh. They're really not bad. Right. They were just doing these things
because
the
queen forced them.
They didn't really touch on the fact that they were really good the whole time.
Right.
They didn't touch on that. They really made it seem like the dragons are bad. Okay, they're following the queen. Okay, the queen is dead. All right, they don't know what to do. Now they're doing this. No, they literally were just doing it because of the queen. Yeah. And they break it down in this movie. Yeah. And it's like, all right, so this whole entire time, we're just slaughtering each other for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how we got to get to experience the village because the village itself is a character.
Dude, the village itself is honestly their little saying. You know, hey, you know, it takes a lot to live here. Yeah, yeah, clearly.
I can see.
None of our food has taste. Yeah, clearly.
Which I guess I kind of understand. There's only 3 black people on the island, so I guess.
But then also, man, the fish that they're eating, I hear salmon, I heard trout, I heard king salmon, and I heard some other type of fish I never heard of a day in my life. And that's it. Yeah. All they got is sheep.
Yeah. So the food probably was bland.
It probably was bland as hell. And you're on a small island, so I don't see them growing nothing. I don't see no plants. Plus, if you do got plants, the dragons are probably smoking that out.
Yeah.
Your food's bland, bro.
Well, maybe they might be able to grow it. Maybe.
Well, now
we might be able to see the second movie. Come on, second movie, let's go. Second movie, let's go.
Oh, that was the other thing. They showed what the layout was going to be for the second movie. When they showed what the dragons were building, did you peep that?
Was that the end? Because I left after the credits.
That was no. It was at the end of the movie. Okay. Remember when he woke up and he walked outside after he talked to his dad, and they showed what the dragons were doing. Remember the big circle?
Yeah, where they train it.
It was open.
Yeah,
it wasn't a cage no more.
Right.
Remember the second movie?
Yeah, that's where the I ain't gonna lie. I remember it, but I don't.
Go back and watch it.
Yeah,
go back and watch it. They showed you how. In the opening of the second movie, when they showed like their village now, it already had the layout of what it was supposed to look like. Oh, okay. A lot of people in the movie were like, "Oh, we're getting a second movie!" As soon as they saw it, and I was like, "Wait, what are they talking about?" I said, "Oh, I get it!" And everyone started picking up on it. They're like, "Yes, we're getting a second movie." They haven't even announced it. We already know we're getting a second movie because we already see what the village looks like now. All right, got it. Okay, I was locked in. I was already locked in.
And the matter of fact. I probably because it was one of those things where I overlooked it. I was like, okay, the gate.
You got to see movie twice.
The thing was open and whatnot, but yeah, it would not be a true video if Belbo don't come and ask nothing. She normally not on camera, but it would not be a true video if Belbo don't come into the video at all. So I was like, oh man, she didn't come in. Oh man, and then she came. Y'all didn't see her, but you know. It wouldn't be a true video if Belbo didn't come in. So, but yeah, man, it's one of those things where I know I overglanced it, like because I saw that the cage was going. I was like, okay, cool, they're in there, but I didn't give it two thoughts of this is what's going to happen for the second movie. Now you know they do that to hype it up, and then they might not.
No, it's making its money though, man.
It is.
Come on, I told you. I text you literally Friday. I was like. Did you get your tickets yet? Remember I told you earlier, I was like, oh, I was bragging. I was like, oh man, there's so many seats available. I texted you, I was like, dog, you get your tickets yet? Because they're selling out all around me now. Like, there's damn near no seats left.
So yeah, it must have been the areas I'm at. Yeah.
But yeah.
So but that was How to Train Your Dragon. Hopefully y'all learned how to train the dragon. We in Famous Studios again. This time we in the office. We're switching up a little bit. You know. I don't know if y'all, is it in the camera? Can they see the sneaker spinning? Oh, they can see it. My man, Famous Fashions, he has his own sneaker right now. They're doing spinning around. You know, I'm tempted to just yank it off, put on my foot. But we in Famous Studios. How to Train Your Dragon was amazing. Definitely a movie to go see twice. So if you haven't seen it yet, go see it.
Definitely take the kids.
Definitely take the kids. Probably not for
2.
Yeah.
He is 2.
Yeah. No, I mean the theater, the 4D.
Oh, 4DX.
Yeah,
4DX.
Don't take kids to 4DX.
Don't
take it to standard. Yeah. But I've been Kev, Chris been Chris, Elijah been Elijah. Okay. I mean, hey, y'all been you. Let's stay in tune. Peace.